Good morning, everybody. What's going on? I'm got a couple hours gap in my work schedule this morning, and it's the first warm day of spring, and so I'm out and about trying to make sure I can get some photography in what's called the Inwood Rustic Trails here in Macomb County. So there's not much to do out here in terms of like landscape and hiking. We're pretty flat in this area of Michigan. Now, northern Michigan's got some beautiful landscapes and hills and waterfalls, but not Metro Detroit. And so I'm out today at pretty much the only spot. It's about 15-20 minutes from my house, and trying to get some hiking in, enjoy the beautiful weather, and practice some landscape photography. One of the problems I have is I don't get a chance to ever go shoot because of where I live, but also because I got kids, I got a job, I got a family, I got a wife. For example, I don't intend to get anything beautiful here today. I'm actually just doing some scouting, if you will, because I dropped my kids off at school this morning, and the sun, if you look up there, the sun's already super high, and so the good sunlight's gone, which is unfortunate because we've had like this transition from cold weather to a little bit of warm weather. We call it warm here, and look how bright it's getting already. Look at that. And it's been causing a lot of fog in the mornings, which has been really cool if I can get out in time before it burns off to get some photos. But that's what I'm doing today. We're out practicing some landscape photography. So one of the things about living in Michigan is that a lot of the landscape in this part, especially now in like the spring season where nothing's blooming yet, the trees aren't out, it's all this kind of brush, gray, yellowish stuff. So with the high light and everything else, I'm going to probably shoot a lot of black and white. I'm just trying to take mental notes and, like, so I can come back at the appropriate time to do this the right way. So with that being said, I have a couple updates. That's what this channel is all about, or this title of this video is all about. I've been hiding something from you guys, not intentionally, just instead of putting everything out there, just kind of what I've been doing, what I've been going with. So I have 3 updates for you. First one is on the stolen gear stuff. There's been a few who have asked what's happened, so I want to give you an update on that. Long story short, Las Vegas PD reviewed the footage. They have a person of interest. They know they have video of somebody stealing the stuff, carrying my bag, my backpack out of my room, which, by the way, I'm using like a business backpack right now, so this thing is not a camera bag. It sucks because it was stolen, but they know who it is. The problem is they don't actually know who it is. They have a person of interest. They sent out a BOLO, which is a be on the lookout to other hotels, other casinos, but they can't identify who it is because the masking policy. You want to hear something that's like coincidental? The day I left Las Vegas, they lifted the mask restrictions. So like the timing couldn't be any worse. But basically, they have video of the theft. They have a build and a type of the person they think it is. Nothing they can do about it. They can't identify his face. It's covered up with a mask and he had a hat on. So that sucks. And the Mandalay Bay has offered to do essentially nothing. They're hiding behind the statute that they're not responsible for any of the goods that a guest brings into the hotel. So the best they've offered to do is give me like 3 free nights in the Delano, which is a sister hotel of the Mandalay Bay, which is very nice, but they're not paying for anything, so I have to claim homeowner's insurance more than likely. So that's the update on the gear. The second update that I owe you guys is with kind of the style of content in this channel. I've said this a couple times, I'm gonna try and do it more. The last video I did with the Olympus XZ1 was more the vlog style. I kind of like doing that stuff once in a while. I hope you guys do too. I'll still do the porch rants, the porch reviews, if you will, of stuff that I try out for a little bit, but that kind of style video is going to be 50-50 maybe with this vlog style. In fact, I'm doing a vlog style right now as I'm trying to do some landscape photography. So that's that. And update number 3 is the bigger one. And it has to do with the gear that I'm using right now. As part of like kind of trying to replace the stolen gear, right? Let me back up. Before that, I even had way too much gear. Still, I had too much gear. I've been parsing it down, and I still had too much gear. So stuff gets stolen, that helps. And I started trying to replace some of the gear that was stolen. And so as you guys know, I ended up looking at a Fuji XS10, the camera I'm recording you on right now. And so I've been playing with that a little bit. At the same time I was shopping for this camera, I started shooting the 100 to 400 on the Olympus EM1 Mark III, and I really wasn't liking the results. Some user error, sure, but it's like the lens stabe was fighting the body stabe, so I decided to sell that lens. Not to mention I don't bird photography very often, so I wasn't using it that much. So I decided to sell it. Let me switch hands. And so I got rid of it. And while I was buying the XS10, I saw there was an open box, black paint, like new X Pro 3. I've always liked the X Pro 3. And because I have money coming to me, I picked it up. And when it came in, I've been shooting it fairly often. And it wasn't intentional. When I was going out to shoot, I grabbed the camera I was most inspired to pick up. And it happened to be this X Pro 3. Here, I'll show it to you guys real quick. I have it with me right now. This X Pro 3 with the 35 f2. And I've just been picking it up, and the Olympus has been kind of sitting there. And there's nothing wrong with the Olympus, it's just I prefer this form factor for a lot of the chasing the kids around and that kind of stuff that I do. It's smaller, it's more compact. I like the rangefinder feel. And so that was that. And what I ended up doing is, just to be honest with you guys, I ended up canceling my OM1 pre-order. Because I was downloading some raw files, they look great. The high ISO is definitely approved, especially in JPEG. It looks like they almost have like some Topaz denoise built in or something. So that looks fantastic. And the autofocus is amazing. But for what I do, I didn't need to spend $2,300. I ended up canceling it. So hopefully somebody else that was in the wait at B&H, you're getting my camera. So when I made that decision, and I started playing with the X Pro more, I started selling off some of my excess gear that I had for Olympus. And I then got some offers for my EM1 Mark III. I put it out there, but I got an offer that was reasonable. And I actually got an offer from Fuji X100T that I had. I sold that. I fire saled most of it, raced to the bottom, if you will. And the long story short, what I'm left with is an X Pro 3 and a 35 f2 and this XS10 and the 16 2.8, and then of course that Olympus XZ1 that I did a review on. It's not even worth talking about because it's 70 bucks. That's not going anywhere. It's a great camera. The only stuff I have left for sale is a 25 1.2, which is a fantastic, amazing lens, the 30mm macro, and then the 40 to 150 plastic, fantastic Olympus. And so, you know, it means two things. Let's have a conversation. I've broken my promise to stick with one camera, that's for sure. And for you that are here for Olympus stuff, I've let you down. But hopefully you're here for more than just that. Hopefully you're here for other things. And I'm shooting Fuji right now again. I bounce back and forth between Fuji and Olympus, and it really comes down to two things. I like the way their colors are, I like their aesthetics, I like their ethos, I like their kind of their filmic retro styling. I just like those two types of I just like those two brands. I just do. They're my favorite. They're my favorite by a long shot. Even though technically Sony, Canon, Nikon makes better cameras, I like these two cameras. So there's that. But for what I'm doing right now, you know, I thought to myself, why have the EM1 Mark III in a separate lens mount when the XS10 has IBIS, has, you know, the stabilization piece, has the flip screen, can do good video. No, it's not weather sealed. No, it's not a dual card slot. No, it's not as fast a frame rate. But for what I do, it does. It can fill in that spot when the X Pro 3's form factor gets old. And so that's the decision I made. And I'm down to just two cameras and two lenses. I will add a telephoto. In fact, that's another point. I'm out here doing landscape. I don't have a telephoto lens. How serious can I be at the moment? I need to get a zoom lens. But yeah, I wanted to let you guys know that. That's kind of what I'm thinking. This is where I'm at. So I had to come clean. More vlog stuff, replaced my stolen gear, pocketed a bunch of money, sold off Olympus stuff, and I'm shooting Fuji. So yeah, I'm gonna go look for some landscapes to shoot. I gotta be honest, guys. This is, what is this doing? Focus on my face. I gotta be honest. This is what I love about photography. The trips I take in our camper, where we get to go walk and see things, this is like what it's all about. And when I'm doing this stuff, the gear really doesn't matter too much. So my intent for this hike was to get out to the most furthest point and see this little lake back here. Obviously everything's dead behind me. I'm looking at my screen to kind of get an idea of like what compositions could exist and if it's got foliage on it, what it might look like. I think certainly two things. I would need to bring ND filters out here, and I would maybe need a telephoto to kind of isolate some of this. Let me get out of the way. Let me see. Some of this right here. Some of these dead trees that are in the marsh. I think you could do something with that and make it kind of an interesting photo, especially if the sun's coming up. That was the other piece. The sun is coming up over here, and so that means the sun would be setting over here. So I think this might be a better evening time hike based on where the sun would probably set. So you get a little background. It might be an interesting look from that standpoint. It's too bright out to take any photos. That's why I'm shooting everything in black and white. All the photos you've seen so far have just been kind of like mental notes for me, shooting in Acros on the X Pro 3, the 35 f2, just straight out of camera, no edits, nothing special. You know, it'd be really nice if I had live ND right now. Just joking, just joking. Just taking notes. You guys see that right there? That's a beaver. That is a beaver right there. Dang it, I wish I had a telephoto lens. Got a little problem. The way I need to go back home to my car is this way. And it says the trail's closed. And I need to cross at my own risk. Need to cross at my own risk. Gotta go for it. I see why. Well, that's too bright. I see why they've told us to cross at our own risk. This thing's like just sitting up on two little blocks and it looks totally tilted. Just go for it. Is this thing gonna rock on me? It seems solid. Oh, it's definitely bouncing. It's definitely bouncing. Definitely bouncing. But it's kind of a cool shot behind us. Maybe. Not bad. All right, I got this. This is no big deal. Just eating a Chewy bar. Listen, I'm not trying to be Thomas Heaton or anything. His vlogs are cool though. But I enjoy doing this stuff. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna hike my way back. Maybe take a few more photos. If I get anything that's remotely interesting, I'll put them up. Again, out of camera. And hope you guys stick around for the little shift in format. If you were just here for like Olympus gear talk and thought, hoped I'd see the OM1. Sorry to let you down, but yeah, I don't know where I'm at right now, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, more of this stuff coming up. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great week. Happy St. Paddy's Day. Well, I'm recording this, I probably won't put this out to the weekend, but happy St. Paddy's Day. Hope you guys are all being safe. you know, drinking and driving and stuff like that, now that a lot of the mask mandates and closures have stopped for now. And I'll see you guys in the comments section, I'm sure. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot.